Hi, welcome back to Game Room Crafts. I'm Kelly. This is my game room. Let's play. Today is Pineapple Day in the game room. And I have here, I'm going to make a pineapple set for my bathroom. And this is going to be a trinket dish, a pineapple trinket dish. And yes, this is a me mold. And this is just a little pineapple decorative piece. I'm going to keep them together on my bathroom counter. So what I'm going to do is there are greens on the top of the pineapple, which is the leaves up here and then leaves all the way down there in the middle. I'm going to do those with the Mateo green chrome powder. And then I'm going to be using yellow. I'm not sure which yellow this is. This comes as a comes in a bag like these from Chang Tikiji. Whenever I buy my silicone, I get sets like this, and I had like 3 sets of the one that came with these, and then I got 1 set recently of these much more vibrant colors. And I thought about using this one for the pineapple, but honestly it's a little bit too bright, almost neonish, which I do intend to use it at some point, just not for my pineapple. Okay, so first things first, I need a brush so I can get into that area, which is down here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's down on the inside at the point. It comes to a point up there. And so what I'm going to do, oh, isn't that pretty green? That is a pretty green. Okay, I'm going to take what's on my cap first. And there's always something on my cap because of the way I store them, upside down and sideways. I'm just going to come right in to where the leaves are. I'm going to try not to get it down into where the actual meat of the pineapple is, but I'm going to come down on the tips. Definitely on the tips, because that's where the leaves are. And if I look real close, I can see where the design changes from the leaf to the meat of the pineapple. So here's the thing about pineapples. They're not yellow. They're not. They're like brown and orange and yes, a little bit of yellow. The meat inside is definitely yellow, but when you're looking at the skin, no, not yellow, not at all. Okay, and I'm burnishing that in really well, making sure that comes all the way up to the bottom of the leaf part. And anything that's not leaves, which like right there, I can see though that's actually not leaf. I'm going to clean that out. But before I do that, while I have green on my brush, I'm going to go down there and do the green for the top of my pineapple statue, which is right in the center. I think this is all part of the leaf too. I'm guessing because I've never cast these before. So yeah, I made these molds and set them aside to, finish curing up. And because you're supposed to give them 24 hours after you're done making them. And I completely just moved on to other projects, forgot about them for a bit. Oh, okay, see now I got some green. I don't know if you can see it. I got some green inside where the meat is. That's supposed to be yellow or, So I'm going to make sure that gets clean. Close this up so I don't spill it because I'm me and I will spill it. Let's see. I think I'll use a baby wipe to try and get the sides of my pineapple here that do not need to be green. Now, if some green comes down into the body, that's okay, because if you've ever seen a pineapple straight from the field, you're going to get multiple colors. You're going to have green, you're going to have orange, you're going to have a little bit of brown. So I'm not super duper concerned. Give me a clean part. Okay. I think I'm going to call that good. Like I said, if there's somewhere it doesn't need to be, oh well. Nature is not perfect. Actually, nature is perfect anyway, it does it. Now, I'm going to get a clean part of the baby wipe and go down right on the top, not getting all the way down inside, but right on the top where it doesn't need to be green. If there's a little bit of green sprinkled throughout, that's fine, but I don't want all the lines green. Okay, I think that's good. That's good. Okay. Now I need to mix me up some resin. This is about 1 ounce, maybe 1.5 ounces at the most. This one is wide, but it's not that deep. So I think I'm going to start with 4 ounces and see what we have. If I need to mix up more, I'll mix up more, but I think that should be good. So I'm going to get my resin poured and I'll be right back. I have 1 minute and 25 seconds left and I don't see any more striations, so I'm going to get my color in here and finish up the mixing that way. And I'm using this, I don't know the name of it. It's from Chang Tikiji. It came as a sample and I have a feeling
that it's pretty good looking.
Well, they have several different yellows. This might be like the yellow golden or something like that. give it a good scoop because I have 4 ounces of the hay clear 1-to-1 in there. And I want it opaque. I want it mixed in well and opaque. Kid, do you think this requires some glitter?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it?
It's a pineapple. So you think maybe some extra fine gold? I have. This is extra fine gold glitter from Resiners. It's upside down. Oh no. That was way too much because the container was stored upside down and I didn't realize it. There's a lot of gold in there. Okay, I guess our pineapple is going to be golden. That's okay. Those are the really sweet ones.
They give you superpowers.
This is not a video game. I mean, in real life, the ones that are yellowy goldy, they're the ones that are really sweet. They're like super ripe.
So
Yeah, you are Hawaiian, but you are not a pineapple girl.
pineapples are Hawaiian.
Thank you. Pineapples are not Hawaiian. Everybody associates pineapples with Hawaii, but they are not Hawaiian. Okay, so that is that. And what I'm going to do is clean off my paddles. So as I was telling the kid, yes, pineapples are not Hawaiian. Everybody associates pineapples with Hawaii because Dole Plantation, they're the ones who pretty much decided that it was a great idea to take over the Kingdom of Hawaii. So convinced the government that that is what needed to happen. Pineapple and sugarcane. But that is why everybody associates it with Hawaii. But pineapples are not indigenous to Hawaii. They were brought in and planted. To this day, it still grows. If you go to the Dole Plantation today, treat yourself to a nice frozen pineapple, chocolate covered pineapple. They also have chocolate covered bananas. Lovely. But yeah, pineapples are not Hawaiian. They are not indigenous. All right, these, I'm looking. I don't see any big clumps, which is great. Let's scrape this down. I think that's a good color. And I can see the gold glitter through it. So that's wonderful. Okay, this is going to go on a trip through the Resiners Airless Light. And we'll be right back. Been on its trip through the debubbler, but I forgot and I added a bunch of glitter in there but no glue, and I'm afraid that's going to make it all drop to the front. Now on the dish, that's okay, I don't mind that, but in the statue of the pineapple, I don't want that. So this is 4 ounces of resin, so I'm going to do 4 drops of glue. Close that up and wipe it off so I don't have a plug the next time. And I'm just going to take my scraper and slowly stir that in and try not to create any bubbles. This is a nice color, very nice color. And I can see the gold glitter through there. It is starting to get a little gloopy, which is what I want. I'm making sure I'm scraping my sides on my bottom. I think I'm going to pour the dish first. And I'm not spraying in where the leaves are, but I am going to spray over here. There's lots of detail. Give it a spritz and kind of rub it in with my finger. All right, here we go. Remembering, of course, that this is a handmade, hand-cut mold, so I'm not going to dome it, but I am going to bring it up to the top. That is a really pretty color. This is the first time I've ever used this color. Honestly, am I the only one? Let me know in the comments below. I get these sample bags and I just stack them together and toss them. Now the kid took the time to take the matching colors because they're not labeled, and she put them in jars. That's why mine was in a jar like that. But that's actually the product of like 3 or 4 different sample bags, but it's all the same color, different sets of sample bags. So I order my silicone and it comes with a sample bag. Okay, I'm gonna pour that there. Now that went down into where the top of the pineapple is, the green that I painted in. So I'm just gonna go in with my pokey stick. I'm not trying to make a hole, but I do want to make sure there's no trapped air in there, which is what gives you bubbles, right? And unfortunately, the way this mold is made, squeezing it isn't really going to do anything. I'm gonna go like that. I tap it. Okay, and then fill the rest up. Do I have enough? I think I do. I'm pretty sure. And again, I'm not trying to dome it, but I am going to bring it up to the bottom because there will be shrinkage. I don't want to have to file it down and all that. I think I can fit a little bit more in my dish here. Okay, what do I got left? I guess I'm making more succulents. Pretty soon, I'm going to have enough to make my succulent garden, which means I have to decide what bowl I'm going to do it in. I have not decided yet. So these are going to be like a yellow golden color. And I think what I want to do is before I drop the resin in there, I'm going to get me, this is the purple Hay Clear. This says resin pigment. I'm going to drop. Just going to drop. 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 2 drops there because they're the bigger ones. Okay. And then I will pour my golden over. So obviously I'm not going to get all my succulents done. And oh well, that's okay. I really actually like doing this. It makes me happy. Because I'm not wasting anything. I get to use these, even if I don't use it for my upcoming planned succulent garden. I could make magnets. I could just put a little bit of felt on the bottom and hey, look, it's a decorative piece for your desk. And honestly, I can make multiple succulent gardens. So there's that. I'm going to get a couple of different bowls that I saw. And either I'll use them straight up, or if I like them enough, I will make a copy so that I can make multiples of that same bowl. Okay, so we are done. And we are going to let these sit, I think about 2 hours. And then I'll stick it in the bubble machine for the last hour. In 3 hours, I will be ready to demold, which normally, actually, for the Hay Clear and as well as the Bond Crafter, usually 4 hours, I'm ready to demold it straight up, even without adding heat. But it really depends on the mold. So if I'm doing a mold that's very tall, very thick, it might take a little longer. And when I put it in the curing box, then yeah, no problem. But if you're going to let it sit out, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer than the 4 hours. But for the most part, 4 hours seems to be my sweet spot for any of these, which is way better than when I used to start. When I first started resin and I'd have to wait till the next day. That kind of was a little sucky. Seeing as how I'm an instant gratification kind of person. All right, we're gonna leave these alone and we'll come back when it's time to demold these. Oh, look at that. Bubble. Bubble. There you go. All right, we will see you in a bit. And we are back and they are done, fresh out of their heat box. I don't know how, but I got glitter all over the mold. Okay, we're going to start with our flowers. Well, succulents. Oh, I like that. I like the mix of the yellow and the purple. And this yellow is actually quite nice for, it came as a sample bag when I bought my silicone. And I never thought to use it. I just, nice, throw it on the side. Well, now I'm going to have to try all the rest of the colors that came with it. So there's that. Nice. Let's see if we can get our pineapple out. Take a little bit of tape and go around, see if I got any, bits and pieces. And I'll stick it over there. Well, either I didn't clean it up good or it floated because there is green on the bottom. And you know what? I'm not real upset about it because, like I said, a pineapple, fresh pineapple, is multicolored. So here we go. Cute! So cute! I really like that. I just draw a door and get SpongeBob over here. This is the part the kid doesn't like when I take it out and it's still hot. She does not like that. But look at that. Isn't that cute? Kid? And you can see the glitter, which is what I wanted. I wanted the glitter to fall into the front, which it did. It's still hot, so don't touch it. But look at that. Like for the bathroom. I said we could just paint a door. Huh?
I see how the dish would be good for the bathroom. What's the...
It's just decorative.
Okay. I like them.
Purely decorative. But I said we could paint a door on it and invite SpongeBob over.
You didn't let me watch SpongeBob.
No, I did not. You were little when I said you couldn't watch SpongeBob.
And you never retracted your statement.
Well, I currently retract my statement. Go watch it now. You can binge.
It's not the same.
I'm going to leave that all in, by the way. So there's some... Oh, now I know where. I was wondering where the yellow came from. Apparently, there is a little hole and it leaked. Not enough, but it did. It leaked a little. But it's okay. I can fix that. There's a tiny little hole right there. And that would be where the leaf is. And it leaked. And that's why I had a little bit of... I was like, where did that resin come from that was on the table? Well, now I know. And now that I know, I can fix it. It was a very tiny leak. So now that I know, I can fix it. I just got to put some silicone on it. Yep. Got a
You're
thumbs
the
up from the
smartest.
kid. I'm the smartest? Oh, yay. So, thank you for joining us here in the game room. I had fun and I got to try some new molds that I made all by my lonesome.
Because she's the awesomest.
Okay.
And I said so.
Because she said so. So come join us again next week. I'm not sure what we have on tap, but whatever it is, we sure will endeavor to make it fun. In the meantime, don't forget to play. See you soon. Bye.